ABC Sth East, Lisa Markham with you this morning. Well, earlier this week, the Eurobodalla Shire councillors amended a motion which would have seen them publicly support the yes vote at the upcoming referendum. The original motion called on the councillors to adopt the position based on the suggestion by the Aboriginal Advisory Committee. However, the motion was amended by Clr Amber Schutz, so the committee's recommendation was noted, with the council remaining neutral and encouraging the community to seek out more information on their website. Councillor Schutz's motion was ultimately carried by the council. She chatted with Batemans Bay reporter James Tugwell after the meeting about why she tabled that amendment.
The recommendation from the advisory committee that we support the yes position is absolutely coming from a place where they feel, and as do I, that this is a critical moment in our history, that we have the opportunity to address a lot of shortcomings, gaps in the condition of our Indigenous Australians, and they see this as almost a last chance for us to get this right. And so bringing this to council to support it, to promote it, is definitely something that is of critical importance to Indigenous Australians. As a council, it puts us in a difficult position because, as was said on the floor today, we are representatives of our whole community, people who support this and people who don't, and people who are sitting on the fence. And in terms of how we best support the discussion around this, I think that it's better to keep open discourse. If we supported a yes position, it would mean that the people that are sitting on the fence, the people that may be uncertain, the people that are voting no would see that, and in terms of coming to us, asking questions, finding out more information, they may be more reluctant to do that. We've seen that in media recently, that councils who vote yes to support this have alienated those portions of their community, which I don't feel is our role. We are here for the entire community, and we should represent the entire community, and having a polarising stance on this issue, I don't believe is in the best interest of all of our community. I am in support of the yes vote, as I said on the floor, and I think that the best way to move forward with that is to work collaboratively with people, to hear their concerns, to hear things that they may be uncertain about, and to listen to that and walk with them on their decision, whether that's yes, whether that's no. At least then you can be there with them as they make that decision and give them all the information. If you're staunchly yes and condemn those that vote no, you miss that opportunity for those nuanced conversations where people feel safe to come to you and to talk about issues. And I believe that that's something that's really important with this discussion, with reconciliation, and with all issues, that we listen. And we saw in chamber today, council did listen to the advisory committee, and there was really robust discussion for and against, which is, as we said, a little bit like how the voice will work in federal parliament. Recommendations will come from the federal voice. If it is to be established, it'll come to parliament, and parliament will consider that amongst all of the issues raised by the Australian people, and then hopefully make the best decision for everyone and for our environment moving forward.
You were talking about some fears that you had if the council were to kind of endorse a position. Do you just want to tell me about what some of those were? I
believe that government throughout Australia's history has dictated to Indigenous Australians about all sorts of things, including how they should live and what they should do, and that they can't speak their own language. And there are some Indigenous community members and some Indigenous elders that don't support the voice in our community for their own personal reasons, which is absolutely okay. And I feel as though in council resolving a position to support yes, it then is almost a dictation of government that this is the position that you should vote for. And I feel like we have an opportunity now to listen to people and to have open discussion about this. And I wouldn't ever want members of our community to feel alienated or discriminated against or criticised because of their personal decisions around this matter. Council has a position of authority, and with that authority comes a certain responsibility. And I feel we should use that wisely and sensitively so that people feel safe to come to us. And that was probably where I was coming from in mentioning those fears.
The Eurobodalla councillor Amber Schutz talking with ABC reporter James Tugwell there, and you can find out more information on both sides of the voice on the Eurobodalla Shire Council website.